las adoro.
Hey there, garden lovers! Welcome to today's video, where we're diving into some seriously fun and creative ways to bring a little more charm and personality to your outdoor spaces. Whether you have a tiny balcony or a sprawling backyard, these DIY garden projects will help you transform your space using recycled materials that are not only eco-friendly but also incredibly unique. From upcycled garden sculptures to fun and functional decor, you'll discover how to turn everyday items into eye-catching garden treasures. So grab a cup of tea, roll up your sleeves, and let's get started with these super easy, budget-friendly, and totally charming ideas that are guaranteed to give your garden a fresh, whimsical vibe. In the corner of a small garden, tucked between a patch of lavender and a pebble pathway, rises a totem pole like no other, one built not of stone or wood, but of brightly painted recycled tin cans. Each can is stacked carefully atop the next, balanced with whimsy and intention. In the soft light of morning, the colors come alive: sunny yellows, rustic reds, sky blues, and grass greens, each layer hand-painted with folk art motifs: swirls, suns, birds, daisies, and dotted mandalas, all dancing across their cylindrical canvases. The cans, once containers of beans, tomatoes, and coffee, now tell a new story, one of joy, resourcefulness, and play. From a distance, the totem resembles a cheerful garden guardian, beaming beneath the dappling sunlight and casting soft shadows across the garden bed. It sways ever so slightly in the breeze, a kinetic sculpture infused with personality. Around its base, small succulents nestle in the soil, their muted greens and purples acting as a grounded contrast to the pole's riot of color. Nearby, a hummingbird hovers for a curious moment, perhaps mistaking a painted flower for the real thing. This is not just a garden decoration, it's a celebration of second chances and backyard creativity. The totem pole draws visitors in with its joyful presence, encouraging a pause, a smile, a moment of wonder. In a world often too fast and polished, this humble art piece, a stack of repurposed cans and a handful of imagination, offers a gentle reminder that beauty often lives in the most unexpected places. Tucked beneath the spreading limbs of a flowering dogwood and surrounded by feathery ferns and blooming marigolds, an unexpected sculpture catches the eye, a flower, but not the kind nature grows. Rising from the garden bed is a handcrafted bloom made entirely of upcycled bicycle wheels, transformed with artistic flair into a striking focal point of rustic DIY charm. Its petals are old steel rims, spray-painted in soft pastels and sun-faded brights, lavender, coral, robin's egg blue, arranged in a radial burst like a daisy caught mid-spin. Each wheel, once part of someone's journey, now spins a different kind of story. The spokes glint faintly in the natural light, adding delicate texture that shimmers among the greenery. At the sculpture's center, a repurposed gear cluster mimics a flower's core, detailed with tiny hand-painted dots in gold and white. The effect is playful, purposeful, and utterly charming. The base is firmly anchored into a planter made from stacked stones, blending seamlessly with the garden's rustic aesthetic. Around the sculpture, wildflowers lean in like curious onlookers, their real blooms echoing the wheel's floral form. Bees buzz between the actual and the imagined, not seeming to mind the difference. This garden sculpture is more than just art, it's a love letter to creativity, to reuse, and to the joyful collision of utility and imagination. A symbol of resilience and reinvention, it invites guests to look closer, to dream differently, and to see the potential in the overlooked. In this garden, even forgotten wheels bloom again. Nestled at the base of a mossy tree stump, hidden among trailing ivy and miniature ferns, sits a tiny house that looks as if it's been plucked from the pages of a fairy tale. This whimsical fairy dwelling is lovingly crafted from a broken porcelain teapot, its once shattered spout now a charming chimney, and its lid tilted slightly as if the little inhabitants just dashed out the door. What was once kitchenware destined for the bin is now the heart of an enchanted garden corner. The teapot's handle curls like a delicate archway over the front door, made from a slice of bark and framed with painted bottle caps acting as colorful stepping stones leading up to it. Tiny windows are cut into the porcelain and backlit with translucent marbles, glowing warmly in the dappled sunlight. Around the base, small pebbles form a winding path, dotted with acorn caps turned into flower pots and matchsticks serving as a miniature fence. The fairy house is surrounded by a cushion of soft moss, trailing alyssum, and dainty violas that make the whole setting feel alive with gentle magic. A rusted spoon leans nearby like an old-timey lamppost, and a ladybug pauses on a painted shell roof tile, perhaps admiring the home's character as much as you are. Children and adults alike are drawn to it, crouching low to take in the delightful details. It sparks the imagination. Do fairies live there? Did they mend the teapot themselves? This little house doesn't just decorate the garden, it transforms it, infusing every leaf and petal with the possibility of enchantment and story. Glistening under the morning sun like a dewdrop-kissed bloom, a metallic flower rises proudly from a quiet garden nook. Crafted entirely from recycled spoons, this stunning sculpture is a small but striking piece of eco-friendly art that blends elegance with resourceful creativity. Each spoon, bent and shaped by hand, becomes a delicate petal, its once common curve now transformed into a radiant silver flourish. The flower's form is intricate, with layers of petals fanned out in perfect symmetry, each overlapping gently like a blooming chrysanthemum frozen in mid-blossom. At the heart of the flower, a vintage drawer knob acts as the center, a playful nod to its upcycled origins. The entire sculpture is mounted on a slender rod made from a salvaged curtain rod or old metal stake, elevating the flower just above the garden floor so that it catches the light and turns heads with its gentle shimmer. In soft breezes, it lightly twinkles, its polished surface reflecting the greens and purples of nearby lavender, rosemary, and basil. This DIY garden decor may be small, but its presence is powerful. It speaks of transformation, of seeing beauty in the overlooked, of turning everyday utensils into unexpected art. Placed among perennials or at the corner of a raised bed, the metallic flower becomes both a conversation piece and a quiet reminder of what's possible when creativity meets sustainability. More than decor, it's a silver bloom that never wilts, never fades, proof that even the most ordinary objects can find new life in the garden's embrace. As dusk falls over the garden and the last rays of sunlight soften into shadow, a gentle glow begins to emerge from a totem-like sculpture tucked between flowering shrubs and potted herbs. This magical structure, made from stacked colorful glass bottles, transforms an ordinary corner into a radiant focal point. Each bottle, once home to sparkling sodas, vinegars, or vintage wines, has been cleaned, painted, and stacked vertically onto a central metal rod, creating a vibrant tower of ruby reds, cobalt blues, emerald greens, and amber golds. Nestled within or atop some of the bottles are small solar-powered lights that charge during the day and come alive at twilight. As the sky darkens, the sculpture glows with a soft, ambient light, subtle yet captivating. The illuminated bottles cast colorful reflections on nearby stones and leaves, turning the surrounding plants into a shadowy dance of flickering hues. It's like having a lantern-lit sculpture in your garden that requires no wires, no batteries, just sunshine and imagination. At the base, creeping thyme and chamomile cradle the tower like a soft cushion, their delicate scents rising gently in the evening air. The structure isn't just artistic, it's deeply personal, a beacon crafted from everyday items, turned into something extraordinary through intention and creativity. This glowing bottle totem is more than decor. It's a celebration of upcycling, of mood and magic, of creating beauty with what we already have. Whether marking the path through your garden or standing sentinel near your patio, it brings warmth and wonder long after the sun sets. Perched gracefully on a flat stone slab nestled among daffodils and creeping thyme, a butterfly shimmers like a living jewel in the garden light. But this is no ordinary butterfly, it's a handcrafted sculpture made entirely from broken CDs, transformed into a sparkling mosaic that catches and plays with the sun. Each fragment of disc, with its iridescent shimmer, has been carefully arranged to form the delicate wings, mirroring the patterns of a monarch or swallowtail, but with a futuristic twist. In the midday light, the surface explodes into a rainbow of tiny reflections, flickering across nearby leaves like fairy lights in motion. The butterfly's body is made from smooth river stones or repurposed metal, grounding it in earthy contrast to the mirror-like wings. The CD's reflective coating, once destined for the trash, now offers dazzling hues of violet, teal, gold, and silver. With every breeze and shift in the sun, the sculpture comes alive, appearing to flutter without moving. The slab beneath it, painted or left natural, becomes both pedestal and canvas, anchoring the art while blending beautifully with the garden's textures. Set near a walkway, pond, or tucked into a shady corner, the butterfly invites a double take, a moment of surprise and delight. More than just garden decor, this shimmering mosaic sculpture celebrates the fusion of art and sustainability. It whispers a message of transformation, that even broken things can shine again, and that magic often comes from the most unexpected materials. In every flicker of light, it brings joy, reflection, quite literally, and quiet awe. Amidst a lively patch of marigolds, zinnias, and bright snapdragons, a small, wide-eyed robot stands proudly, an unexpected but utterly delightful guest in the garden. This quirky sculpture is made entirely from recycled toy parts, giving once-forgotten plastic limbs, wheels, and buttons a brand-new purpose. Its boxy torso may have been a toy truck bed, while its head looks suspiciously like the top of a wind-up robot or an old action figure's helmet. Arms are made from mismatched doll legs and racing car axles, and its hands clutch tiny plastic gears and bits of Lego bricks, all glued and bolted together with loving care and a playful eye for balance. The robot's face is the highlight, wide bottle cap eyes, a joystick nose, and a grin made from the arc of a toy train track. It beams with personality, curiosity, and just a hint of mischief. Painted in fun, vibrant hues, sky blue, cherry red, and lemon yellow, the sculpture pops against the backdrop of green leaves and blooming flowers. It's as if a child's imagination leapt into the real world and decided to set up camp in the garden. Planted firmly on a flat rock or hidden among tall stems, the robot adds whimsy and wonder to its surroundings. It turns a simple stroll through the yard into an adventure, sparking conversations and giggles from both kids and adults. And best of all, this little figure is a testament to the magic of reuse, how creativity can breathe new life into discarded objects and turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. In the world of garden art, this recycled robot is a cheerful guardian, a creative spark, and a charming reminder that beauty and fun can come from the most unexpected places. On a weathered wooden fence bathed in golden afternoon light, a radiant sunburst comes to life, not from fire or paint, but from the silvery shimmer of upcycled tin can lids. This striking garden wall sculpture transforms what was once kitchen discard into a bold, gleaming display of DIY creativity. The lids, polished and repurposed, are arranged in a perfect circle with carefully layered edges, fanning outward like sun rays frozen mid-flare. Each lid reflects light differently, some brushed matte, others gleaming like tiny mirrors, creating a textured, almost kinetic effect that shimmers with every shift of sunlight or breeze. At the center of the sunburst, a larger lid or flattened tin base acts as the core, anchoring the piece with a bold metallic presence. From this center, the smaller lids extend outward in radiating lines, their sizes and placements mimicking the organic yet structured flow of a real sunburst. Mounted directly to a rustic garden fence or post, the piece stands out as both bold and subtle, its shine eye-catching, its material humble and grounded. Surrounded by climbing vines, blooming hollyhocks, or just left against bare wood, the sculpture brings a splash of surprise and industrial chic into the garden space. It's not just art, it's a message of transformation, from trash to treasure, from utility to beauty. And like the real sun it mimics, this sculpture becomes a source of light, reflected, recycled, and absolutely radiant. Whether you're enjoying your morning coffee or hosting an evening gathering, this tin can sun adds warmth, charm, and eco-friendly flair to your garden sanctuary. Glistening between lavender stalks and daisies, a delicate dragonfly hovers in stillness, poised on a slender stick yet appearing mid-flight. This enchanting garden sculpture, made from recycled plastic bottles and a scrap metal rod, captures the essence of a real dragonfly while adding a whimsical, eco-friendly flair to your outdoor space. Its wings, cut from clear plastic bottles, are shaped with gentle curves and fine edges that mimic nature's lacework. When sunlight hits them just right, they scatter flecks of rainbow light across nearby leaves and petals, creating a magical effect that feels both ethereal and alive. The dragonfly's body is made from a slim metal rod, perhaps an old curtain rod or garden stake, painted in metallic tones like teal, bronze, or silver to give it character and contrast. Beads, bolts, or old screws can be added as eyes and tail segments, giving the sculpture texture and charm without losing its sleek silhouette. The wings are attached with wire or small rivets, allowing them to flutter slightly in the breeze, further enhancing the lifelike illusion. Mounted on a wooden stake or directly into the soil of a raised bed, this dragonfly becomes a playful sentinel in your garden. It's particularly striking when placed near sun-loving plants or beside a garden path where its shimmering wings can catch the light throughout the day. At dusk, if you've added a touch of glow-in-the-dark paint or solar fairy lights nearby, it takes on an entirely new personality, quietly glowing, like a guardian of twilight blooms. More than just a garden ornament, this sculpture is a celebration of transformation. It's about turning plastic waste into something poetic, using creativity to reimagine the ordinary, and letting beauty take wing in even the simplest of forms. In a tucked-away corner of the garden, surrounded by ivy and creeping thyme, stands a quirky industrial-inspired gnome unlike any other. Crafted from an assortment of scrap metal, This steampunk gnome brings a touch of fantasy, innovation, and imagination to your garden decor. Using a collection of old nuts, bolts, washers, and screws, the gnome has been meticulously welded together to form its intricate mechanical body, complete with a round head made of large, threaded bolts, and a button-like nose that gleams in the sunlight. The gnome's eyes are made from small metal washers, their outer rims polished to catch the light and reflect an antique gleam, while the body is adorned with rivets, gears, and bolts, evoking the charm of steampunk aesthetics. Its hat is a beautifully welded spiral of scrap metal, offering a subtle nod to the classic gnome silhouette while maintaining a distinctly industrial look. Each arm and leg is formed from a series of gears and rods, giving the gnome a slightly stiff yet dignified stance, as if it's an automaton from a bygone era, standing guard over its garden kingdom. The industrial fantasy theme is complete with tiny details that elevate the gnome's personality: a small mechanical wing crafted from an old metal fan blade, a tiny compass made of washers, and a vintage clock face integrated into its torso. The result is a garden sculpture that feels both otherworldly and nostalgic, as if it stepped out of a Victorian-era adventure story where clockwork machines and fantastical creatures coexist. Placed on a stone pedestal or nestled in the shadows of flowering plants, this steampunk gnome stands as a conversation piece, drawing both admiration and intrigue. It is more than just a decorative figure, it's a symbol of creativity, craftsmanship, and the art of recycling. In a world where so many items are discarded, this little gnome proves that even the most mechanical utilitarian parts can be transformed into whimsical art, and in doing so, it brings a whole new level of charm and wonder to your garden. Nestled among the rustic charm of wooden fence posts and clusters of wildflowers, a majestic owl sculpture sits proudly, its wise eyes glistening in the sunlight. This handmade creation, crafted from reclaimed pallet wood and industrial metal elements, adds a touch of nature-inspired artistry to the garden. The owl's body is formed from slats of weathered wood, each piece carefully cut and shaped to capture the texture and form of the bird's feathers. The rough, natural grain of the wood brings a rustic, earthy feel, blending seamlessly into its outdoor environment while exuding a quiet, organic beauty. Its eyes, large and commanding, are made from repurposed metal, perhaps old washers, bolts, or even discarded metal caps, that shine like polished orbs, giving the owl an almost lifelike gaze. These contrasting metallic eyes stand out against the natural palette of wood, adding depth and character to the piece, while also capturing the timeless symbolism of wisdom and mystery. The owl's beak, sharp and sculpted, gives it a strikingly realistic appearance, while its wings, though minimalist, are represented by slightly curved pieces of wood that hint at motion, as if the owl could take flight at any moment. Perched delicately on a stone pedestal or among a bed of hostas and ferns, this rustic owl sculpture becomes a sentinel of the garden, blending artistic craftsmanship with eco-consciousness. The use of reclaimed materials speaks to the spirit of sustainability, turning what might have been discarded into something both beautiful and meaningful. Whether it stands guard near a vegetable patch or watches over a flower bed, the owl brings a sense of quiet wisdom and natural elegance to its surroundings. It's more than just a sculpture, it's a statement piece that reflects both artistry and eco-friendly living. In its simplicity and craftsmanship, this owl sculpture invites us to see the beauty in imperfection and to honor the resources we have, reimagining them into works of art that enrich our gardens and our lives. In a sunny corner of the garden, a charming and playful caterpillar comes to life, its body made up entirely of old shoes transformed into mini planters. Each shoe, from mismatched boots to colorful sandals, is filled to the brim with vibrant low-maintenance succulents, their rosettes of jade green and deep purple adding a touch of whimsy to this eco-friendly creation. Lined up in a curving pattern, the shoes create a delightful visual journey, each one slightly different, yet all working together to form the shape of a friendly plump caterpillar inching its way across the soil. The shoes, once discarded and forgotten, now serve as quirky homes for a variety of succulents, from aloe vera to echeveria, their fleshy leaves spilling over the edges in a soft, natural cascade. The combination of the worn, weathered textures of the shoes with the vibrant, fresh greenery of the plants creates a beautiful contrast that's both rustic and playful. Tiny details, like colorful stones, pebbles, or even a little garden gnome nestled in the mix, add to the charm of this DIY garden sculpture. This whimsical caterpillar sculpture can be placed along a garden path, near a flower bed, or even as a focal point in a small garden corner, where its playful design will surely spark smiles from passers-by. The old shoes are arranged in a way that gives them a personality of their own. Some stand upright, others tilt slightly, as if the caterpillar is taking a relaxed, meandering stroll through the garden. The succulents, requiring minimal care, add a pop of color year-round, making the caterpillar a living piece of art that evolves with the seasons. More than just a fun and creative way to recycle old shoes, this sculpture brings a sense of joy and imagination to any garden space. It's a perfect example of how everyday objects can be transformed into something whimsical and beautiful, all while embracing sustainability and creativity. Whether you're looking for a unique DIY project or simply want to add a touch of humor and color to your garden, this caterpillar sculpture will surely become a favorite feature, capturing the hearts of both young and old. As twilight descends and the garden transforms into a quiet haven of soft shadows and cool breezes, a unique and enchanting glow begins to emanate from an unexpected source. A repurposed washing machine drum, once a forgotten appliance part, now stands proudly as a glowing garden lantern, casting intricate patterns of light across the ground. The perforated pattern of the drum, carefully preserved and enhanced, allows light to escape in mesmerizing bursts, creating a captivating atmosphere in the evening garden. This upcycled lantern is both functional and artistic. The washing machine drum's round shape and industrial texture provide a stunning contrast to the organic beauty of the surrounding plants, flowers, and foliage. Its surface, once covered with grime and wear, now shines with a soft metallic sheen that catches the light from within. Inside the drum, a small LED light or candle flickers gently, casting a warm, inviting glow. As the light filters through the perforations, it creates an array of dappled shadows, bringing the surrounding garden to life in a soft, ethereal glow. The combination of the industrial look of the washing machine drum and the cozy, intimate lighting it provides makes it the perfect addition to a garden path, nestled among flowering plants or hanging from a tree branch to cast its glow over a seating area. The effect is both moody and serene, adding a touch of whimsy and eco-conscious style to the outdoor space. What once seemed like an outdated appliance is now a charming, functional piece of upcycled garden decor. The washing machine drum lantern not only offers ambient lighting, but also tells a story of transformation, of turning everyday items destined for the landfill into something beautiful and sustainable. Whether placed on a porch step, near a garden bench, or perched atop a metal post, this glowing lantern adds warmth and character to any garden, creating a peaceful and inviting space to unwind as the stars begin to shine. In the quiet corner of a garden, where the breeze stirs the leaves and the scent of flowers fills the air, an enchanting sculpture sways gently, its soft metallic sounds blending with the rustling wind. This unique wind chime sculpture, crafted from a collection of old keys and flatware, hangs delicately from a rustic metal frame, creating a harmony of texture, sound, and art. Each key and spoon is carefully suspended from the rod by twine or wire, allowing them to move freely with the wind, producing gentle chimes and tinkling melodies that add an ethereal quality to the garden. The old keys, with their intricate shapes and time-worn surfaces, have been repurposed into charming musical elements, their worn edges catching the light as they sway. The spoons, with their polished bowls and slender handles, add a contrasting shine, catching glints of sunlight as they move with the breeze. As they sway, they produce soft, melodic tones, each key and spoon creating a unique sound that enhances the peaceful ambience of the garden. The metal rod frame, weathered and rustic, adds an industrial touch, giving the piece a vintage charm. Its simplicity allows the beauty of the materials to take center stage, while also providing a sturdy base to support the chimes. Whether hung from a tree branch, mounted on a garden fence, or placed near a patio, this wind chime sculpture becomes an interactive work of art, drawing attention not only for its aesthetic appeal but also for its ability to turn the garden's natural elements into music. As the wind picks up, the keys and spoons dance and sing, their soft melodies floating through the air, creating a serene, whimsical atmosphere. The sound is subtle yet enchanting, evoking feelings of calm and tranquility as it mingles with the natural sounds of the garden. This wind chime sculpture is more than just a decorative element, it's a celebration of upcycling, creativity, and the beauty of repurposing everyday items into something functional and artistic. It's a piece that invites you to pause, listen, and enjoy the quiet harmony of nature and sound. In the heart of the garden, a playful and whimsical sculpture captures the imagination with its quirky charm. Crafted from recycled tires, This frog sculpture brings a burst of color and fun to the outdoor space. The tires, once plain and unremarkable, have been carefully stacked and painted in vibrant shades of green, creating the round, plump body of a frog. The deep green hues mimic the natural color of a real frog, while subtle lighter accents add depth and dimension, bringing this amphibious friend to life. The sculpture's design is both imaginative and playful. The stacked tires form the bulging belly and limbs of the frog, while the tire's curves give the creature its signature rounded, squat shape. The face of the frog is where the real whimsy comes in. 2 large, shiny bottle caps serve as its eyes, adding a touch of unexpected detail. The bottle caps, with their circular forms and metallic gleam, reflect the sunlight, giving the frog a curious and lively expression. It's as though the frog is watching over the garden, ready to spring into action at any moment. This unique garden decor is not just a decoration but a conversation starter, its fun and quirky nature making it a favorite among both children and adults. Whether placed near a flower bed, at the edge of a pond, or tucked away in a corner of the garden, the frog sculpture adds character and lightheartedness to the outdoor space. The painted tires are durable and weather-resistant, ensuring that the frog will remain a cheerful presence in the garden season after season. The playful garden frog sculpture embodies the spirit of creativity and sustainability, transforming discarded tires into a whimsical work of art. It's a perfect example of how upcycling can turn everyday items into something charming and fun, making it not only a delightful piece of decor but also a celebration of the joy that can be found in the simplest things. With its bottle cap eyes and tire body, this froggy friend is sure to add a smile to anyone who visits your garden, making it a truly special and unique outdoor feature. Winding through the vibrant greenery of a flower bed, a playful and eco-friendly snake sculpture comes to life, made entirely from repurposed wine corks. Each cork, once used to seal a bottle of wine, has been carefully threaded together to form a curvy, slithering shape, creating a whimsical and unexpected addition to the garden. The corks, with their natural texture and subtle variations in color, add a rustic, earthy charm, while their round shapes bring a tactile, sculptural quality to the snake's form. The snake winds sinuously through the plants, its body undulating gracefully as if it's in motion, making it feel like a secret creature hiding among the flowers. The wine corks are strung together with a sturdy wire or twine, ensuring the snake holds its shape while allowing the flexibility needed for a serpentine curve. The natural, warm tones of the corks contrast beautifully with the lush greenery and colorful blooms of the garden, creating a playful and organic fusion of nature and art. The snake's head is cleverly shaped at one end, with a slightly raised cork to represent the snout, giving it an almost lifelike quality. Small decorative touches like painted dots or tiny pebbles can be added to the corks to resemble eyes or scales, enhancing the whimsical feel of the sculpture. As it winds through the garden, the snake seems to come alive, its curvaceous body interacting with the plants and flowers it passes, creating an ever-changing visual display. This eco-friendly garden sculpture not only adds a unique creative touch to any flower bed or garden path, but it also celebrates the beauty of upcycling, turning wine corks, often discarded after use, into something truly delightful. The snake sculpture embodies the spirit of sustainability while offering a fun, imaginative element to the garden, inviting visitors to pause and admire its charming presence. With its playful, winding shape and natural materials, this cork snake is sure to be a favorite among garden lovers, bringing a touch of whimsy and creativity to any outdoor space. In the warm, sun-dappled corner of the garden, a stunning mosaic lizard emerges from the surface of a wall or rock, its vibrant colors and intricate design bringing a sense of life and movement to the outdoor space. Crafted from broken ceramic tiles, each piece is carefully selected for its unique shape, color, and texture, creating a stunning visual contrast against the natural stone or wall it adorns. The broken tiles, once discarded or overlooked, are now thoughtfully arranged to form the detailed body of the lizard, showcasing the beauty and potential of recycled materials. The lizard's form is bold and expressive, its body undulating gracefully across the surface, with each segment of the mosaic contributing to the overall harmony of the piece. Rich shades of blues, greens, and yellows mimic the iridescent scales of the lizard, while touches of earthy browns and reds evoke the natural elements of its environment. The combination of smooth, glossy tiles and rougher, matte textures creates an interplay of light and shadow, enhancing the depth and dimension of the mosaic. The tiles are carefully embedded into the surface, forming the lizard's head, limbs, and long tail with delicate precision. Each tile fits into place like a piece of a larger puzzle, building a cohesive design that seems to come alive as the light shifts throughout the day. In the sunlight, the tiles shimmer and sparkle, giving the lizard an almost magical quality. Whether positioned on a rock near the garden path, attached to a fence, or even adorning the side of a garden shed, this colorful mosaic lizard adds a striking focal point to the space. The use of broken ceramic tiles not only contributes to the aesthetic appeal of the garden art but also highlights the sustainable nature of upcycling, transforming what would have been waste into a vibrant and beautiful creation. In the heart of a sunlit garden, a playful and dynamic wind spinner catches the breeze, its vibrant colors and kinetic movement adding a touch of whimsy to the backyard. Crafted from upcycled soda cans, this cheerful garden pinwheel has been transformed into a work of art, with the metal cans cut, twisted, and shaped into spinning blades that spin effortlessly when the wind picks up. The process of repurposing these everyday items into something beautiful and functional not only gives the cans a second life but also brings a burst of color and energy to the garden. Each soda can is carefully cut into strips, which are then twisted and curled to create the blades of the pinwheel. The reflective, metallic surfaces of the cans shimmer in the sunlight, their vibrant colors, shades of red, blue, green, and yellow, contrasting against the natural greenery of the garden. The spinning motion of the pinwheel is hypnotic and soothing, as the blades catch the wind, creating a mesmerizing visual display. The movement of the pinwheel adds a dynamic quality to the space, turning the simple action of the wind into a beautiful dance of light and color. Mounted on a sturdy stake, the wind spinner stands tall in the garden, its spinning blades moving with the rhythm of the breeze. Whether placed near a flower bed, alongside a garden path, or at the entrance to the yard, it becomes a focal point, drawing attention and sparking joy in all who see it. The cheerful, swirling motion of the pinwheel adds an element of playfulness to the garden, making it feel alive with energy and excitement. The garden wind spinner is not only a fun and colorful piece of decor, but also an example of the creativity that comes with upcycling. By taking something as simple as a soda can and transforming it into a dynamic work of art, this pinwheel showcases the potential of repurposed materials. The kinetic nature of the sculpture, its ability to spin and move in response to the wind, In the heart of the garden, a whimsical and poetic sculpture stands tall, blending the charm of literature with the natural beauty of the outdoors. This literary pillar, crafted from old books, is encased in a clear glass box, transforming forgotten tomes into a striking and unexpected garden feature. The weathered spines of the books, each with its own story and history, are stacked neatly within the glass enclosure, creating a column that evokes both nostalgia and creativity. The clear glass allows the books to be seen from every angle, their text and imagery preserved and displayed like cherished treasures. The books themselves, with their faded pages and well-worn covers, add a sense of timelessness and depth to the sculpture. Each book is carefully selected, its size and thickness contributing to the overall shape and structure of the pillar. The glass box, sealed tightly to ensure the books remain protected from the elements, acts as both a protective shield and a transparent frame, allowing the sculpture to stand as a fusion of the literary world and the natural environment. This makes the pillar not only a unique decorative element but also a tribute to the written word, celebrating the stories held within each page. The literary pillar stands as a testament to the power of storytelling, with each stack of books representing layers of knowledge, imagination, and history. Whether placed at the center of the garden as a focal point, or nestled among the flowers and greenery, this garden sculpture invites onlookers to pause and reflect. It's a poetic nod to the power of books, with each book's cover offering a glimpse into a different world, while the glass box ensures the entire piece remains safe and visually captivating. This upcycled garden pillar is an ideal addition for any book lover or garden enthusiast, offering a delightful blend of literary charm and artistic expression. In a cozy corner of the garden, a charming and whimsical sculpture brings a touch of nature and nostalgia together, creating a playful fusion of recycled art and natural beauty. A metal frame, designed to mimic the shape of a tree, stands tall and sturdy, its branches reaching outward in graceful arcs. Hanging from these branches are old chipped mugs, each one transformed into delicate tree blossoms. The mugs, once perhaps a forgotten part of the kitchen, now serve as vibrant, unconventional flowers, adding a delightful and unique touch to the outdoor space. The chipped mugs, each with its own personality, are carefully arranged and suspended by wires or strings, giving them the appearance of blooming flowers swaying gently in the breeze. Their faded colors, cracks, and imperfections only add to their charm, creating a rustic vintage aesthetic that feels both nostalgic and whimsical. The handles of the mugs form delicate loops, adding a playful circular element to the overall design. As the wind rustles through the garden, the mugs catch the light, creating a soft, shimmering effect that enhances the natural ambience of the space. This recycled garden sculpture feels like a secret little world, where the old and the new come together in a delightful and unexpected way. The metal tree frame serves as the perfect backdrop for the mugs, grounding the whimsical blossoms and giving the sculpture structure and balance. The combination of the sturdy metal frame and the delicate, lightweight mugs creates a striking contrast, making the entire piece a captivating focal point in the garden. This charming tree sculpture not only adds a unique artistic element to the backyard, but also celebrates the beauty of upcycling. By giving new life to old, chipped mugs, it showcases the potential of discarded items to become something beautiful and functional. And that's a wrap for today's garden adventure. I hope you had as much fun as I did creating these fun, upcycled garden projects. Remember, your garden is your canvas, and there are endless possibilities when it comes to reimagining everyday items into beautiful, functional decor. If you enjoyed these ideas, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more DIY garden inspiration. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below letting me know which project you're most excited to try. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy gardening and upcycling. Keep making your space a little more beautiful and a lot more creative. See you soon.
Cazadoro.